As you can see behind me, the day is finally here. Sprigs are here. Getting the process rolling. Really excited about this day for a long time. I know everybody else is too. So finally got sprigs from the farm. You know, they were able to cut, get them ready. So they're here. I'll show you a little bit more about the process. It's very complex. You would not expect that this process would lead to a putting surface in 8 weeks, 8 to 10, 12 weeks, whatever it is. But it's really cool to see. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more. Well, now that looked pretty complicated, didn't it? It's basically whatever you see there is what it is. At the sod farm, they cut a bunch of runners, which if you were to pull a St. Augustine runner out of your yard at your house, it's basically just that. They just cut them, put them in burlap sacks, ship them here overnight. We dump them out on the ground, hand spread them out. That hand crimper walk behind machine goes in and crimps the sprigs into the soil at like a 1.5 to 2 inch spacing. Gets down in there about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch deep. Gets you really good surface contact. And then it's a matter of just watering for the next week or so heavily. And you can kind of see behind me here, I got the irrigation computer fired up, putting in all my programs, getting it ready to go, because pretty much throughout the day, it's going to be every 15 minutes. There's going to be a sprinkler coming on for 1 to 2 minutes. So all the way throughout the day, because obviously it has no root zone. It's relying simply on water to keep that thing going until the roots start. So roots will typically start in maybe 3, 4, 5 days. In a week or so, you might see some new green growth, and you'll be able to pull a sprig or two out, and you'll find some roots on there. So it's pretty much just cut that sucker in, water the mess out of it, and it'll take. It looks really weird, but it'll take. Here's a good close-up view. I pulled back a little bit of what had been cut in. You can kind of see here, you got these runners that are down in there in the soil. And so when you crimp them in, now it's nothing but watering, keeping those things wet. And now that they have good contact with the soil, as long as that soil stays wet consistently throughout the day, you'll have successful roots. So you see the process. The question I always get, and I'm sure you're all asking, is why? Why would you do something like this versus sodding? Is it simply a cost function? And no, it's not. It's honestly not at all. You're going to be playing on this surface with good conditions a whole lot faster than you would on a sodded green. So sprigging, the process does 8 to 10 weeks to grow in. You'll see that, those slits, I call them, where that grass is kind of crimped in. You'll see grass start to grow from those lines first, and then it'll start spreading in, and it'll cover in between the lines. So it's kind of why we do it 2 directions. You get more contact and more lines, more growing points. So as it grows in over those 8 to 10 weeks, that surface will be perfect. It'll be 100% ready to put on. And yeah, we'll be rolling and doing all those kind of things to get it really, really smooth. But after that, it's done. With the sod green, you're going to be dealing with layering issues, because you're going to have 2 different soils that you're trying to match up. You've got to get that sod perfectly laid the same direction. As you know, with Bermuda grass, it can grow, towards the direction of the sun or towards the drainage points. So you're going to have to get all that perfectly lined up. If you don't, you're going to see patches that are growing different directions, and you'll see that 3, 4, 5 years later. That doesn't just go away over time. So those are a lot of the big reasons. Yeah, you can put on it pretty instantly to an extent, but you're going to be dealing with it for years after, where sprig green is grown on its own soil, own root system. Everything is perfect and ready to go. So that's the reason why we do it. So stay with us, look at videos over the next coming weeks. I'll continue to show you on a weekly basis as we move through the process. As week by week, you'll kind of see exactly what I mean. It's the only way to go when it comes to creating Bermuda grass greens. So hope you enjoyed the process. I'll keep you updated as we go along.